Yo, what's going on YouTube? Got this Amaterasu solo gameplay incoming right now. Working on the series, as everyone knows, everyone has seen. It is Bronze to Master, so I'm actually going to be doing two of these series. One is going to be on the console, so this first game is going to be Xbox, and then I'll also do a second series on PC as well. So a lot of people, don't really understand what the grind is. You don't have to win too many games, you just have to win. A lot of times what I recommend is just picking super hard carry gods. In this game in particular, I picked Ama just because she's impossible to stop late game right now. You'll see in the video, my early game is actually pretty horrendous. We're going to talk about some bad decisions that I make. But once I get online and get a little bit luck from the other team, I actually finish with top damage, top kills. Maybe not top kills, but finish with top damage twice as much as anyone else on the other team. So starting the game off right now. Again, I'm playing Ama solo. I am a Jung carry main, typically in ranked. This is my first ranked game, so I only have 1500 elo. And so obviously I'm not going to get the role that I want. So I got solo, but I like Ama. Ama's pretty fun. It's supposed to be really good right now. I end up going Destole and first shield into Berserkers. After watching some of the other pros videos and things like that, Warzax probably would have been the play, and we can see what happens after the first couple of engagements. But going against the Loki right now, and I'll be honest, guys, I'm not good into Loki. He's one of those gods, I've been around playing for so long that I don't really know him as well as other gods, just because I don't play him. I'm kind of one of those believers that is just, trash, disrespectful, no skill. I go on and on, the classic Loki takes, but Loki's actually pretty good, since they reworked him. He's a solid assassin. I don't really like playing him in the jungle. Can't balance my harpies right now, so walk away. And, just getting into fighting him. So he ends up starting Warrior's Axe, like I said, which is something that I should have done. And then the tier 1 trend, so he has more MP5 than me. This engagement, I just lose outright. I should have already dashed. I try to move, he body blocks me, and I'm murdered by minions. So down 0-1 in this game doesn't really feel very good, especially when it all could have been avoided. Down in goal, I give Loki a first blood. He's just going to have a huge lead. So put myself in a bad spot. Again, the reason you play Ama is for the late game carry potential. And that's what I recommend for anyone who's trying to grind ranked, is pick a god that you can win with, right? So some people say, like Thanatos does a good job, right? A super early game god. If you can snowball, you can just carry your rank game entirely, and that'll help you move up as high as you can, as high as your skill level is. Some people prefer kind of like late game gods. So if I went Ama here, you could go Kali, you could go Ao Kuang. Again, I'm talking all from the jungle world, again, just because I'm kind of a main jungler. But if you're solo, maybe something like a Wukong, ADC. I mean, pick any ADC right now and kill people. So just something that you're comfortable with and something that you can hard carry on. Really, the expectation in ranked that I would set for everyone is that everyone on your team is worse than you. And if you don't play the best of your ability, then you're going to lose the game. When you have that mindset, a lot better things happen for you, just because you're not too tilted whenever your team's not making any plays. And then also, again, you're just setting proper expectations for yourself. Hey, I didn't play my best, that's why we lost. So it's a good mentality to have. I know when I first started getting into the Masters rank, one of the things I had to overcome as a diamond player was thinking, oh man, they got 4 masters, they got 5 masters on their team, all that kind of stuff. Well, when you want to be that high, you have to realize, hey, I am the masters player. So instead of looking at them as better players, I just look at it as, hey, I'm Oh, good kill by the Dodgy. I actually forgot that she got that right there. Loki kind of stayed and was greedy. I don't think he knew that the Dodgy was there. That's why he used his camo to fight me. But Dodgy was able to get a good kill. So now we're going to break even. I'm just kind of walking around. Going to check back camps.
That's okay.
Enemy ultimate
But
down.
like I said, you know, when you're wanting to be masters, when you're wanting to be diamond or plat, you know, don't be intimidated by what you see loading in. You just have to have the mindset like, hey, that's me. You know, when someone sees me on the other team, they should see a masters player. They should see a grandmasters player. And, you know, with that kind of mentality, you're not going to have too many issues. This game is pretty slow for the most part. Nothing too crazy happens until I get to super late game. Loki just took that from me. Right here, I know he doesn't have ult, so I full commit with mine. I had a fully dashed charge, but if you saw, the Athena was ulting him, so that little bit of damage mitigation lets him get away. So instead of being 1-1, I'm still 0-1, and Loki has pretty good pressure on me right now. So I'm just gonna go do my blue. I know that the Athena's over here. I'm waiting for her to try and take it, but I'm not looking to fight at all. I'm super weak. Just gonna heal up with my one, grab my blue, and camp on their tower. So if I remember this game right, I think I get ganked by Tsukiyomi here pretty soon. And it doesn't work out too well for me. So
Enemy missing middle.
get murdered by the Loki. Again, it's one of those things. Yeah, there was a Tsukiyomi as well. But again, one of the tough things about solo lane in particular is that you have to know your matchup and who you're going against. So, like I said, I don't really play a lot of Loki. Loki's kind of popular and ranked, but as a jungler, I'm really not seeing him too much. And even if I am ranked, say I'm going, I don't know, Hunbat's jungle and Loki's the other jungler, you know, in that specific role, I'm really not concerned with what other people can do to me. Really what I'm concerned with is how fast can I kill them? Do I have enough damage to erase them before they erase me? And so that's why I just don't know the damage outputs too well on Loki. Just because I could play anything else into him, and if I hit hard enough, then he's dead. So. Trying to save the Dodgy here. She ulted. Gonna get blinked on by the Tsukiyomi. He's super deep here. He ends up getting the kill. I'm going for a big rotation. I think the emoji misses the ult. Yep, misses the ult, so got nothing going on. I do have mine as well. I'm gonna try and kill the Tsukiyomi because his blink is down. He doesn't have ult. I hit him with everything. Great rotation by the support Athena and the Loki, and they are gonna get out. So I can't help the emoji there. Maybe I can. Ooh, pops the mid. I got some damage. He's gonna die. I think I end up dying for someone as well.
Your left tower is under attack.
Yeah, this game is just not going our way early. I'm 0-2 as a solo laner against a Loki. I feel like I should be ahead in that matchup. And then they have 9 kills. At the end of the game, we're gonna see the Dodgy was basically useless. I think she ends up having the least amount of damage in the game. She did get the early gank for me, which I appreciated, but I wasn't able to do anything. Unfortunately, the real turn in this video is going to be a Loki DC. So Loki DCs, it allows me to farm up, and then once I farm up and get a lead, I just rotate and kill everyone that I want to. So I pull Amaterasu. I think I start the game maybe 0-4 or 0-5, something like that, and finish 6-8, 7-8. I'm not entirely sure. So definitely camping my lane though. There's the Athena and Tsukiyomi. I'm just kind of chilling, really hoping to get out of the laning phase. At this point, down 2k, especially at 1500, I'm kind of expecting to surrender at 10. I'm not wanting to surrender at 10, just because I'm almost, but here I just get murdered, absolutely murdered. Try to ult to get out of the stun, and it doesn't matter. So Loki full commits, dodge me under tower. Tsukiyomi gets me under tower as well. 0-3 and 1. Not a good look. Not a good look. Again, this was my first ranked game of the season, and so, you know, it's going to be some time before I'm playing my peak smite. Again, this is my off roll. I'm not a solo main. I would say Solo is probably my weakest role, if I'm being honest. I do have some picks that I feel
Ultimate
pretty
is
comfortable
ready.
playing solo. You know, Wukong. I like Tyr. I like
Ultimate is ready.
Kakolin as well. So
ally
I do
has
have
been
some
slain.
picks that
Just
I can
like a
play.
All right,
Bellona and
calm down.
Amma are kind of what I'm feeling right now. Osiris even. But I'm just not used to the meta at this point. Missed the 2 right there. Sensitivity's too slow, but try to go for the rotation, get a kill, got nothing.
Wonderful.
And we're just losing fights all over the
Your
place.
left
Down
tower
11
is
kills,
under
down
attack.
3.5k
Your
gold.
middle tower is under attack.
And I'm
We
playing
need
my worst role.
wards, please.
That's kind of how it goes. But I would say that, you know, jungle, I could play anything jungle confidently without any issues. I really like last pick in jungle. I think that's the most important role. If you can get a counter pick in jungle, a lot of times you'll just win the game. So I like playing Dodgy a lot. She's actually one of my main junglers. I don't play her too often in ranked. It really just depends on kind of what their comp is. So whenever you look at the current team, Dodgy does really good against me, Kapolkin, even Athena, just because they don't have CC immunity. And if Athena is ulting out, you know, chances are that she's ulting to a teammate that you're already fighting as well. So Tsukiyomi and Loki can be lame with their ult, but not a horrible pick. Most of the time when I pick Dodgy, I'm looking at, you know, 3 to 4 picks. Just cannot do anything to me. So this Loki has the upgraded Jotun. I think I could fight him. I try and dash out. Maybe I could have ulted. I think ultimately he kills me no matter what. You know, so he has so
What a
much
clean
damage.
cut.
Dodgy's being
Now
kind of
it's
cancer,
starting
so
to
I'm
heat
just going to
up.
mute her, get it out of here. Again, at the end of the game, get her
Look
the
at
future.
me.
Get her the share as well.
On
A
my
relatively good count, but again, as a young girl playing,
Your right
you know,
tower is under attack.
anyone that can be a hard counter, you know. So I'll pick Thanatos or Quang
That beats
if they have like a Kefri or something like that to counter the executes, or Kali, or, you know, I kind of like to last pick my junglers whenever I can, but there are some free junglers that you can just pick no matter what, I think, and get away with. Like Robin right now is
Do not worry.
absolutely crazy, absolutely busted. He was busted when he was a warrior way back when in season 3 and season 4. And I think he's a lot like Erlang, who is another one of my favorite jungler gods to play, where, you know, with Robin, his kit is just so good. You can pick it into any comp, and you don't have to worry about it. You have the CC immunity on the 2, you have the slow on the 1, the root on the 3, and then you have the ult for engage, or you have it for disengage. Just a really fun kit overall. So if you're looking at carry games with the easy to play assassin, I would probably recommend
Tower is under attack.
Robin. But, you know, there are a lot of guys I'm really comfortable with.
Right lane.
That's the big thing. You know, don't get discouraged. Don't try and play the meta. Is probably the biggest thing that I would recommend. You know, just because pros play something or high level players play something, if you're not comfortable on it, you know, don't play it. I know Ruler has been really good previously in a whole bunch of carry metas. My Uler's not too good, so I don't ever play Uler. I'd rather pick something more comfortable. I like Izzy, I like Jing Wei. Again, those are kind of more hyper carry gods. But Hou Yi and Heim are probably my favorite gods as well to play and carry, just because when you want to kill someone with those 2 people, you just kill them. So those would probably be my recommendations for like the carry role. Heim, Hou Yi, Izzy for sure, just because Izzy has so much pressure, especially once you learn how to not only hit the minions, but hit everyone like else, hit the people behind them while you're hitting minions. So you're hitting the gods and you're clearing wave. At that point, Izzy just becomes absolutely unstoppable. And so that's kind of my recommendation for carry. Mid would probably be my 3rd best role. As you can tell, I'm really more damage oriented as a player, and mid, again, just goes down to comfort picks. I'll be uploading a second video, the rank game that I play after this one that I win. I carry pretty hard, and in this game, my KD is going to be bad. I'm not going to do anything till late game, and we get lucky with the DC. In the next game, my Chronos game, I absolutely wild. I think I have 13 kills, maybe 3 or 4 deaths total, and I'm just outplaying everybody. So
Be careful, middle.
in mid, you just want to pick something that you're comfortable with, and I think that the meta does kind of determine those picks. I know Thoth is really good right now. I end up banning Thoth in the next game. And there's a Kukulkan in this game. There's a Kukulkan in the next game. That happens a lot at, I would say, lower elos, just because Kukulkan can clear the full wave and not really have to worry about being in too much danger. He just drops the tornado and runs away. And so as a bronze player, as silver, gold, platinum, as lower ranked players, you feel safe. Again, I definitely recommend, if you don't like this AMA gameplay, because it doesn't pop off until maybe 20-25 minutes in, definitely check out my Chronos gameplay, because I absolutely embarrassed the Kukulkan. He has no way to get out of Chronos stun, and so I just absolutely murder him. But even in that game too, I like a lot of magical ADCs, kind of with carry being my second off Roy. I play Soul, I play Chronos, I play Freya, and I just like doing it. It's kind of, I don't want to say troll for me, but you get the best of both worlds. You get the burst from the mage aspect of them, and you build 1 or 2 attack speed items, and it's GG. So the Tsukiyomi gets away. I would have liked to kill him with the 2 ult combo, but that's kind of how it goes. He's ahead of me by a level. If I had a better early game, I could have got him. There, I thought he was going to be in range. I might be able to get him with a long range 2. After I dash through, I see that, hey, there's no chance. And I just come back and get this tower. So it's something that I see a lot of people do, or don't do, actually, is whenever a tower's, 100 HP, 50 HP. In that case, it was 10 HP. All I have to do is walk up and basic it. If I'm tanky enough, then I'm going to do it. So I see a lot of people would just leave towers on, super one-shot, wait for the minions to do it, wait for the siege. Like, we're already losing right now. Just keep gold wherever you can. My build, I'm going Death Toll, Berserkers, and Shoguns. I would say, a very common AMA build. I believe I get Frostbound after this. Again, because Tsukiyomi can't get away from me. Athena has a dash, but when she dashes, she can't get away from me. And Neith, when she backflips, she can't get away from me. So while they're losing the team fights over there, I'm just going to keep farming, right? Because all I want to do is get late game. I don't have a Loki in lane to worry about. I do make a rotation right here, and I think I might get into a fight. But we've been losing, team fights all game. We're 15 minutes in at 6-21. If not for a DC, they're probably taking fire or something like that. But so they're taking fire here. I go ahead and I get the classic glitch, but I will get the kill on the Tsukiyomi. Start to fight the Neith, and they're taking fire. I end up taking a whole bunch of damage from the pools. I'm right outside on the edge, and I walk right into a broken tornado. So not a very good look for me. Ultimately, because I did farm so well and I got the Tsukiyomi, now I have the Frostbound, and I'll be able to fight whoever I want. Thinking about the next item to pick up, whether I should get kind of Nini or one of the upgraded breastplates. A lot of the upgraded items are good situationally. I haven't found a specific use for them. I say most of the time I get like the base item, and then if I want to upgrade it later, I can do that. But again, it's all about just kind of learning what you're good at and going from there. So I get the thorns just because I plan on slowing people, and they're going to be fighting me. KKK's or Kukulkan's going to drop the tornado, and I can just thorns it. Tsukiyomi's going to drop it slow, I can just thorns it. If Neith is trying to box me while I'm boxing her, I can just thorns it. So pretty good look right now. They stayed on fire the whole time. I don't know how they didn't get it. Again, this is 1500 elo, so that's, probably why some mistakes were made. I end up diving in, I ult, I don't kill anybody. I do get the assist on the Tsukiyomi because the Gaji kills him. Pop the thorns, don't do enough damage. I'm a level 15, I'm behind Kukulkan. behind Neath, and I'm barely ahead of Tsukiyomi and Athena, so not quite online yet. It's going to happen. Loki ends up coming back into the game. We've cut our deficit down to about 2,700 gold versus being down 4K against 5K from earlier. This is one of those things that happen in rank, right? Like if you're the other team right now at this low elo, you're mad because you're thinking, hey, we should be stomping these guys. We should have won already. This guy gets sniped by the Kokono. That feels really bad. But, you know, that's what happens. You know, not all your teammates are going to be good. You're not going to mesh well with all of your teammates. I think that's a big thing, is like synergy. I know, like, if you have too many shot callers on a team, a lot of times they won't go on the same objective because they, you know, may disagree with your call because you called it first. And so even if you guys are all, you know, like me, I'm a Masters player, and yet I'm 1-6 for, you know, I'm having a bad game, and my team is also having a bad game. So sometimes it just happens, you know. And if you're the other team, you're like, bro, this game should be over. We should have took fire. We should be sieging. Loki should be here. But you know, it's ranked. Like what I always say is, don't get too concerned. If you treat ranked just like a casual, it changes the way you view it, it changes the way you play it. You know, there's not as much stress. No one cares if you're 0-50 in ranked, except you. Which, I mean, you definitely should care if you're 0-50. Then you know you're doing something wrong. But it's just a game. You know, you can't be too concerned because your rank is low, or if you're losing and you're not going as high as you think you should be, or something like that. I know, I want to say the first season I played, I was legitimately like a silver 3 or silver 2 or something like that. Like legitimately was not good at the game, you know. But I was learning, I was playing rank. Hey, it happens, you know. There are people that play longer than you. There are people who are just mechanically better than you at times. And, you know, there's not really much you can do about that. But the next season, after I was silver, I got into platinum. The season after that, diamond, and then the season after that, master. So it's just a natural progression to the ways these things work. I get ganked by 3 people. I hit a double ult. I do have the Loki Jotun's passive on me. Athena rotates over. I was maybe getting away from 3 of them. As soon as Athena comes over for the taunt, I'm dead. You kind of saw it real quick there. I am still top damage in the game. A lot of that is because I'm dying a lot. But, you know, again, just don't stress. That would be my biggest thing. Even now, I'm uploading this video where I'm 1-7, and we end up winning because the solo lane DCs. Hey man, a dub's a dub. You know, don't take it too seriously, and you'll be able to enjoy the game a lot more. Right now, I do have a breastplate though, and so I'm feeling really confident. The reason I picked up the breastplate is I just wanted to be able to heal more often, and I wanted to ult more often. So I've been hitting some big time ults, 2- and 3-man ults, making some plays, but I just want it down a little bit more so I can kind of take over right here. My cross run is going to have to stick to people. And I think this time maybe might be the second top damage at the end of the game. I don't really remember. But at this point, I'm 1-7. The team doesn't have any confidence in me. I don't have any confidence in the team. Go ahead and get this Kokoken. Good ages, but we're going to take the shit away. He's backflipped it down. She has blink. The reason she has blink is because they were farming, you know, for no other reason. So I definitely decided to be 1. I know that it's coming. She's not gonna outrun me. I'm almost timed out coming down. I got the frostbound. There's another backflip. I'm waiting for it the whole time. Slowed. I think she spam last me and she dies. Yeah. Unfortunately, at this point, this is when you don't want to, you know, think that you're too good, right? They were whooping on us the whole game. You know, they still even now have a 2K gold lead, but kind of the dynamics have changed in the game certainly. So Kokoken, whereas he was super safe before clearing, can't really just drop a tornado and run. I can dive him. Agni can stun him. Heimdall can get him. Daji can get him. So his safety that he had at the beginning of the game is kind of gone. Loki is a good player if you get ahead, but because he's behind, he basically does no damage. Here I could have run. I'm just going
the jungle buff.
try and get the most damage that I can, maybe get a kill. I do see the Agni there.
Thanks.
Was hoping maybe he gets a bomb or something like that, but I'm not mad at him at all. Again, this is just kind of one of those synergy games where, not everything goes your way. So I could have tried to run, but I just turned around, see what I could get out of it. I don't think I die the rest of the game. I'm now 4-8. But again, I got the cooldown, the breastplate cooldown, just because I have been hitting 2-3 person ults, and no one's going to be able to get away from me at this point. I'm looking to go Bulwark of Hope just because I want the giant shield at the end of it. Just so I'm a little bit harder to kill. I think after I pick it up again, I don't die. There's probably going to be one more siege in this one, maybe 2 more sieges. I actually don't. Yeah, again, kind of talking about the power dynamic shift. I now have a Daji, a relatively late game. She's 17, but this is a point in the game where she can blink on somebody, kill them, and team fight's over. She doesn't end up doing that, but Daji is at that point. Agni's at the point where he's walking around with 3 bombs the entire time. Your mode is super tanky. She's gonna be able to heal us up, and then I'm a late game armor, and that's just a menace to deal with. And I'm pretty sure that this is the final push. We all group up and go left, and this is where we're in the game.
Now it's starting to heat up.
They haven't beat us in many team fights, really, outside of the early game, and so I'm feeling super confident, walking around in my damage stance. There is the Loki and right, so I'm really not super concerned about that. I'm looking to fight, right? I'm the tank on the team. I got Bulwark, I got breastplate, and the Tsukuyomi. He's out of position, he's slowed, can't do anything about it. I do save my ult. I want to wait and try and get the Neath backflip. She doesn't end up doing it. But again, I'm still waiting the whole time. I'm going to go ahead and get out. I was tanking. I thought Daji had a grab on somebody. May have got a beads. I don't know. But that's why I shot my 2 kind of at her pillar. I was hoping that it would pull in and be done. Going ahead and silence the Neath. She can't do anything. She's slowed because her dash is down. I frostbound. And that's game over for you. So 4 people dead. Again, I kind of talked about when the Neath was spam laughing. Like, yeah, you guys were winning the early game. Some comps are going to win early game. But, once you DC, you're fighting a 4v5. Like, what are you spam laughing for, And now we're all late game. Basically, my whole team has fire. We're going to end it. So I'm going to finish this game 6-8. Amaterasu. Feels pretty good. Start the season 1-0. Go ahead and give a good game. Bye to everybody. And we're going to look at the stats at the end here. So again, this is really what I planned on, right? Like, once I got late game, no one could stop me. I could engage whenever I wanted to. I could ult whenever I wanted to. And, I could just hunt anyone down that I needed to. So, got to pick on the Tsukuyomi. Got to pick on the Neath.